Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and more vinyl. That probably doesn't surprise you if you followed my channel for any length of time, so I'm going to go through and show off some of my latest finds, most of which are from a few of the local stores out here in Vegas. We're going to start with one of my personal favorite finds. This I found at my buddy Clint's store, Moondog Records, over on Decatur here in Vegas. Buck Dharma Flat Out. This was the first and only solo album from the co-lead vocalist and guitarist of Blue Oyster Cult. Even got the original hype sticker on there, which is very cool. This is more of a pop album than a rock album because Buck wrote a lot of pop songs. The rest of the band didn't really want on their records too bad. These are original songs, although it does close out with a cover of the old Fleetwood's classic, Come Softly to Me. There is a insert in here that's got some lyrics and song credits. Some of the musicians on here include Rick Downey, who was the then drummer of Blue Oyster Cult, Craig McGregor, who was the bassist in Foghat, and then also Neil Smith and Dennis Dunaway, who were in the classic Alice Cooper band. Very underrated record. If you do see this one, pick it up. This is actually a brand new reissue. This is the Freddie Mercury and Montserrat Kabaye album, Barcelona. I really hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Barcelona was an opera album that Freddie Mercury did in the last years of his life. I guess technically you could consider this to be his second solo album after 1985's Mr. Bad Guy. There's Freddie and his co-collaborator there. And it's very interesting to see what Freddie Mercury's voice can do. And he really challenged himself on this album, and I think he was up to the challenge. Lyric sheets there and additional credits. There's another photo of them and an essay at the bottom. I put the hype sticker from the shrink wrap down there in the bottom corner, the red sticker there. Here's another one that my girlfriend bought for me at Zia Records because it was in the bin and it was pretty cheap. This is UK. UK was the band that John Wetton, may he rest in peace, was in before he started the band Asia. He was also in King Crimson prior to this. But this band also included Eddie Jobson, Alan Holdsworth, and Bill Bruford. Bill Bruford, of course, best known for being the drummer on like the first 5 Yes albums. He was replaced by Terry Bozzio on later UK albums, another drummer extraordinaire, probably best known for his role in the band Missing Persons. Here's the back cover on the track list and credits. Here's the inner sleeve. Got some nice pictures of the band, basically a repeat of what's on the cover. And you got all your track lists and credits on that side. Definitely one worth revisiting. Very underrated album from all of those guys, many of whom are, of course, better known for their roles in other bands and musical projects. Here's another surprise find from Zia. This is Bob Seger, Smokin' OPs. Bob Seger, back before he started being credited under the Silver Bullet Band moniker, and you can see the track list here. This is mostly, cover songs. He does the song Bo Diddley by the artist of the same name, Love the One You're With by Stephen Stills, Hummingbird by Leon Russell, Let It Rock, another one of the old standards, the traditional public domain song Jesse James, and then a pair of originals, Someday and Heavy Music. Anytime I can find more Bob Seger on vinyl, especially if it's one of these pre-Silver Bullet Band albums that are so obscure, I'm always grateful for the opportunity, and I'm very glad that I finally got to add one of these to my collection. Another one of the cheap ones at Zia my girlfriend bought for me. This is Tony Carey, Some Tough City. Tony Carey gets around. He's probably best known for being the keyboardist in the band Rainbow for their seminal 1976 album, Rainbow Rising. Along with Richie Blackmore, he's one of only 2 surviving members from that lineup. Here's the back cover of the record. I just found this from my buddy Joey over at Record City, one of my favorite stores in Vegas. Journey. This is the self-titled debut album from the band of the same name. Came out in 1975. Their first 3 albums did not yet feature Steve Perry on vocals, so keyboard player Greg Rowley did all the vocals. This is also the only Journey album to feature George Tickner on second guitar. He'd quit the band to go on to medical school, of all things. And that makes this the only Journey album that has 2 full-time guitar players, whereas Neil Schon would be the only credited full-time player on all the subsequent records. Here's the photo of the band and lyric sheets and so forth. So the lineup on this one is George Tickner, Neil Schon, Ainsley Dunbar, Ross Valerie, and Greg Rowley. Ainsley Dunbar, another guy that gets around. He's been in more bands than I can count. More bands than probably anyone can count. He's in his 70s now and he's still going strong. I caught him a few years ago with the World Classic Rockers when they did a show here in 2016. This was in the budget bin at Record City. This is The Nice, Autumn to Spring. The Nice was Keith Emerson's band before Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Really keyboard heavy and classically influenced stuff. Keith Emerson, may he rest in peace, one of my favorite keyboard players of all time, so got to add any Keith Emerson stuff to my collection that I can every chance that comes up. Another budget bin find at Record City. This is Loggins and Messina on stage. Kenny Loggins and Jim Messina back in their old singer-songwriter days doing what they do best. I do love this like retro style artwork on here. This even has an inner gatefold, and this has pictures of some of them and some of the other musicians, including, let's see if I get these names right, Al Garth, Larry Sims, Merrill Brigante, and John Clark. Admittedly, not familiar with those guys, but are you a fan of any of these groups, or have you made any good finds at your local record store lately? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and be sure to give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.